Hi everybody, welcome to Quarter Inch Seam and my sewing room on a very rainy kind of stay inside and sew and read and do whatever day. So that's what we're gonna do. And I was trying to think yesterday and today like what I wanted to start or what I wanted to do today. And I thought to myself, this is the problem. So I'm not going to start a new project today. I'm actually going to tidy up some other projects. I'm going to tell you about something new that I'm going to do probably this coming week that I have to figure out. I printed off this really cute little pattern, this free pattern that how to make a fabric book cover. Shelly Carlson, welcome to nanas.com. And it's like it's all handwritten, you know. So, but I'll tell you about that in a minute, okay? So what am I gonna do right now? Here's, okay, I didn't finish the Valentine mug rug. So today, the topic of today's video is we're gonna try and get caught up on projects for which the holiday has already passed us. I know, it's a long title. He'll have to cut some of the words out. Anyway, so this was our little mug rug. And then I grabbed this little just hearts. I know, Valentine's is over. I get it. Oh, I gotta tell you my Valentine's Day. So that's the back. And I just kind of pressed everything and kind of squared it up, even though I know you're supposed to square it up afterwards. Okay, whatever. And I'm just going to kind of throw a little bit of quilting into it just to kind of hold everything in place. And then maybe we'll throw some binding on it while we're chatting and talk about what's coming up, because I got a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of fun stuff coming up. So don't forget, like and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, because woohoo, guess where we're going next week? Guess where we're going on Friday? We're going to We're going to Daytona Beach. To the quilt show, to the American Quilt Society quilt show in Daytona. Yeah, where I went last year. And okay, hold on. I can't think and talk at the same time. All right, so we gotta put this down. Let's turn that on. And there we go. And we're off. Okay, so yes, we're gonna go over on Friday. I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna stay the night. We stayed the night last year, but I don't know if we're going to this year. It's not that far away from us, and I had like a day and a half at the quilt show last year, and I think I could probably get through it all in a day. I think one day would be enough, and then we're probably just going to head home. So we can work on stuff here over the weekend. So that's the plan, is go over Friday. So I'm going to do, ooh. Sorry, I was trying to get the needle on the right place. Anyway, so we're going to go on Friday. Don't forget to hit the little subscribe, because I'm going to try and do a short live while we're there. And then, I'm not really doing this right, but that's okay. You know, it's just one of those days. I'm not trying to do it like a particular way. Okay. Then, in addition to we're going to do a short live. We're also going to try and look for some new products that are, I want to be able to share with you guys some really cool. So we'll do some videos about, products and things that are, kind of cool and upcoming, and really handy finds. Like last year, last year at that quilt show is where I got this, and I want to go back to these people. Easy Grip Rulers. This thing is a freaking godsend. Easy Grip Rulers. Easy Grip Rulers. I got this at offthewallquilt.com. I think Off the Wall Quilt, yeah, Off the Wall Quilt is the one who makes it. So offthewallquilt.com. We'll put the link in the description, and I have to make myself a really quick note because otherwise I forget to tell Steve to put it in the notes, and then people are like, where's the link? It's a nut house here, really. Off the Wall Quilts.com link. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do that, but it's grippy on one side. I mean, it's not really grippy. It's not sticky. I'm trying to figure out what it feels like to me. It feels like you have spilled something on the back. That's how it feels. It feels like tape that's not sticky. See, it's not sticky. It's just a little grippy. So when you're cutting and you lay this down, one of my big problems is sometimes I almost push too hard and I'm moving the ruler and I don't even realize it. So it's fantastic. Fantastic. So we'll put the link in the description to Off the Wall Quilts. And I also found this other company, which I want to go back to because he has really fantastic patterns and projects. And he was this very sweet, it was him and his wife, very sweet couple. And I got this, which I'm actually, oh no. I took the pattern out of the bag. Holy cow. Are you? Oh. It's raining here today in Central Florida. I know. But it's still 75. Okay, it's here somewhere. I mean, it has to be here somewhere. Ah, ha, ha. Angela, that was not smart. So, Greg Barner. And it's just this really, and he was making one while he was there. And here's what intrigued me, and here's why I want to do this one, like on the channel, is he didn't, it was just the kind of thing where the kit itself was not overly expensive. I want to say 40 bucks, and it has all the cut fabric, you know. It's a full kit. I did get the ruler. I did get their, I don't know what you call this one now. This triangle ruler, right? And so you cut the strips together, and then you turn around and you sew them back together, and you make this really cool. It was a relatively easy pattern to follow, and it makes this really cool, very colorful thing, and easy to do, easy to comprehend, and that's what I really want to try and focus on this year. I think in the past, I have had a tendency, maybe you do the same thing, I don't know, I see a quilt project that I really like, and I get very excited about it, and then I invest a whole bunch of time and money into the fabric, and then I start cutting. I cut enough for like one quilt square because I want to see what I'm doing. I want some reward, you know, for what I've started, for the money and the time that I've already invested. And, oops. And I get halfway through one quilt square or all the way through one quilt square, and then I get pulled into, you know, the next shiny object. And I just want to I just really want to complete a bunch of stuff this year. I just want to, small projects, big projects. When we started this channel, when you and I first met, like I remember saying, you know, I like to make blankets. Like that was my deal. That was my jam, blankets. But you know, here's the problem. Blankets take a long time. And then you don't get, you know, I am finding a lot of joy in stuff that you finish. Like this mug rug. It's a really big mug rug. So, I don't know. I think I might put it on my nightstand because I end up with lots of not stuff that I leave. This is going to be a little bit of, not really TMI, but probably information you don't really care about. Anyway, I was telling you guys, I have a cup of hot water with lemon in the morning, and then immediately after that, I have, there's birds and squirrels outside. Then I have a cup of my hot coffee, right? A big cup of hot coffee. But I also have my water, which I drink throughout the night, and I have Minnie's water cup, and I go through this routine of taking those and moving them out in any way all throughout, you know, every day. Anyway, I need something bigger as a you know, on my nightstand. Gosh, having a hard time getting the words together. I'm in a lazy mode today. I really am. We went out and worked, did some stuff in the yard, like really hard, because really intensely and quickly, because we were trying to get stuff done before the rain came. Then the rain came and we had lunch, and I had, you know, I got myself cleaned up, and now I'm in my sewing room just kind of like, just relaxing, just chilling. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you came by. Okay, back on topic. I think I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to do. I think I'm not going to do any more on there than that. Now, for the binding, yep, totally going to bind it with this. Okay. I'm using Girl Math to measure because I think that this one little strip here is going to be enough. And it is. Okay, so I'm going to, you know, for the binding, so do it in half, right? Iron it in half. So I finished, last week I was reading Holmes is Missing, which was the James Patterson, his newest in that series. Holmes is Missing. I told you how much I love the series. So I finished that one. It was a quick read because it was really good. Really good. If you like a quick mystery, you know, it's not overly gory. It's a good fast-paced story, which is the kind of thing that I love. You'll love it. And I would read the first one first, which is Holmes. I think it's Holmes, Miss Marple, and Poe. I'll have to see if I have it here. And then the second one is Holmes is Missing by Patterson, James Patterson. So I would highly encourage you to read that one. Read those two. If you like that kind of book. I loved it. Really enjoyed it. Quick read. And easy to follow. You know, sometimes I'm going to tell you about the book I'm reading now. And it really involves that when you're reading it, you're really paying attention and very focused. Sometimes even when I'm reading, you know, my mind is wandering onto the other stuff that I have to do in life. You know, stuff for work, stuff for the house, stuff for my life. And some of these books, some books you just cannot do that. Like, you have to be very intentional while you're reading, which is good. I like a mix like that. I like some books where I can kind of just get lost a little bit, and I like some stuff where I'm a little bit more focused. So what am I reading right now? And the book cover, the reason I want to make a book cover for it is this one is another biggie. It's really big. But I'm reading, and I took the book jacket off because the book is so heavy that when I was holding the book trying to read, the book jacket just kept sliding off. So I had to take the book jacket off. So all of you real truists, when it comes to books, book jackets, you know, all that kind of stuff, just type the comment and then hit delete. Yeah, because I know. Anyway, so I'm reading The Covenant of Water, and by Abraham Verghese. He has written multiple books, Indian author, and these very big kind of saga books, right? But it won multiple awards. It was on everybody's book list, book club things for a long time. In 2023. Yeah, 2023. It was big when it came out. So I'm very excited. I'm only a few pages in. I just started it yesterday afternoon. He also wrote Cutting for Stone, The Tennis Partner, and I like books that are set in India. Don't ask me why. I don't know. My mom asked me that. What is the draw to going and visiting India? I'm curious. Like what made you pick that place over all kinds of other countries? I don't know. The colors. I like the food. Anyway, I've read a couple of books set in India that very cool. Okay, anyway. All right, now let me remember how I'm supposed to do this. Do we want to attach it on the back and then we fold over to the front? Or do we attach it on the front? Yeah, that's what we do. Attach it on the front. Okay, ready? Okay, here we go. Whoops. Hi, Minnie. Hi, Minnie. All right. So, gosh. I am going to use that new technique, which maybe I'll get to show you now this time, because this is a small project, right? So maybe why does that feel weird? Oh, because you're trying to sew upside down, Einstein. Okay, so put this on. Okay, all right. Okay, we're going to start a little ways down. Okay, I'm going to start like in the middle, like give or take the middle. Okay, all right. Okay, press your foot down. Close your eyes. Ready? So far, so good. Now, here's where I get confused. No, you're supposed to cut it. You're supposed to, I don't know why. You're gonna have to help me in the comments. This is the problem with not sewing on a super regular basis. Okay, so you can't just lift the presser foot. You have to, right? You can't just lift the presser foot. You have to, hang on, let me put you closer. You can't just lift the presser foot. You have to take it off, right? Take it off and fold up, right? Right. Right, right. Okay. All right, now we want it nice and straight, and now we're just going to come back, right? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, that's good. Now, here's my dilemma. I'm only going to start sewing down now, right? Gosh. I hope you guys are right. Actually, I think I might have said in an earlier video that I was saying this to my mom. Valentine's is over, so I'll have to catch her next year. Okay, ready? Here we go. Close your eyes. Okay. Quarter. Okay. Okay. I hope that's right. I hope that corner's right. Anyway, so what are you working on? Are you catching up on all the stuff you didn't finish for Valentine's Day? Whoa, hello. On all the stuff you didn't finish for Valentine's Day? Oh, I had such a sweet Valentine's Day. We, obviously it was a Friday, so I worked in the morning, and then we went out somewhere in the afternoon. I don't remember now where we went. And then, I had to go to the grocery store, and when I came home, Steve wasn't home, which was unusual. And so I was getting dinner ready and all that kind of good stuff. And then he opened the back door and came in, and he had a card, and he said, "Oh, I think maybe I forgot something in the car." And so he went back out to the car, and he brought in a bag with a lovely gift. And then he came back in again with the most beautiful yellow roses. Most beautiful yellow roses. And I love flowers and colors and things like that that are kind of out of the ordinary, you know? And a little bit different, you know, a little bit different than just red roses. And so he surprised me very, very well. And it was just beautiful. Just beautiful. So the flowers are in our living room, and I'm hoping that they will last for a while. All right, here we go. Next side. I think that's right. Maybe. Okay. Okay, up. Right. Yes. Okay, and then down. Okay. Yes. Okay. There we go. All right, ready? Okay, close your eyes. Here we go. Okay. And I think that right after the Daytona Quilt Show, we are going to have a huge announcement for the channel. So all of you that are watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, cut that off. Okay, let's go. Because it's going to be a really amazing and exciting project that we're going to be working on. Holy cow, this actually is coming together not so bad. Okay then. I don't know that I started it exactly in the right place for how I want to finish it off, but okay, I think I got the whole corner thing down. I think we're 4 sides in. I think we finally figured it out. Here's the problem with that kind of stuff. You know, like I watch these tutorials on social media or whatever, and people do the corners, the binding, the mitering, whatever. And and all of that stuff is fine and good, but what I find is you've got to be doing it. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't sometimes, even though I sew twice a week with you guys at minimum, I still feel like I forget stuff. And I don't know if that's just me. I don't know. I just feel like the time between when I bind a quilt and, it just, there's so much gap in the time that I just forget stuff. And then it's like I'm relearning it all over again. And I don't know. I'm hoping that this year, like my confidence in some of that stuff will increase. That's what I'm really hoping, is that my confidence and my memory retention will just increase on some of that stuff. Okay, so here's what I saw this woman do, and I want to do it this way. Okay. My one tail is a little bit long, so I'm just going to cut it as soon as I can find some scissors. Okay. So I'm just going to cut off the salvage edge, and then I think it'll be okay. Nope, still too big. Cut off this salvage edge. Now I think it'll work. Okay, what she did was still too long. She took the one, you know how they do that where you take it off and you have to crisscross them and then you're supposed to sew a diagonal line and then it's supposed to magically lay down right? Mine never lay down right. I always end up with too much fabric, or I don't have enough fabric and I'm piecing together, 1/4-inch pieces of fabric trying to sew stuff to make it the right size. And so I saw somebody do this. Oh, I wish I could remember what the name of her channel was. And so what she does, when you get to the end, so you're still going to have like 2 tails, you're going to start it kind of in the middle or whatever. And then when she gets to the end, she takes one, I don't know if you can see this. She takes one end, right? Opens it up, tucks the other little tail in there. Just tucks it all in. Like you would put a hot dog in a hot dog bun. Okay, and she said, people are always like, oh, you're gonna have too much bulk and too much of this. Look how nice and flat that is. It's totally flat. I was this many days old when I figured this out. And I like it. I like it because it's just, it's just easier. There's just less to try and remember and think of. So now I'm just going to go back and sew. Uh-oh. Does anybody know where my Baby Luck does this? It does it once every couple months. It's not very frequently. But, so I'll be sewing, and I'll cut, and I'll lift the presser foot and pull my project out, and then I'll go back to sew or finish whatever I'm doing like I'm doing right now. And the light is still red. I don't know. And then if I just give it a second, like it'll just pass. Lift the presser foot. See? Now it's fine. Okay, I don't know. Sewing machine goonies, I guess. All right, so now now, let's see if we did it right. Let's see. Flip it over. Flip the corners over. It's such a small project. It's really easy to work with, which is fun. Oh, criminy. Okay, hold on. You're supposed to sew these together. Don't. Just wait. You got to sew a little seam down that way. Almost forgot that. You got to sew so that it sews the little, so that you sew the little hot dog and bun together. Okay? All right. Okay? I don't know if you can hear in the background. So we have not only the golf tournament going, but also the Daytona 500. So on one TV is the Daytona 500, and on the other channel TV is the golf tournament. Oy. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Maybe I sewed it. Maybe I should have sewn a little bit further away, because it's not a very big binding on one side. I would have hoped for a little bit more on one side. Maybe I was supposed to sew it on the back first. That's what I did. No, I didn't. I sewed it on the front. Can you tell me what I'm supposed to do first? Do I sew the binding on the front or do I sew the binding onto the back? And then when I flip over, I'm flipping over onto what? Flipping over onto the back, which is what or flipping over onto the front from the back. Does that make sense? So, I don't know. Okay, so now we're going to sew this down. I'm just not going to sew it really, you know, sometimes you have a quilt where you really have to kind of pull it over. I'm just not going to do it that tight. Solved that little problem now, haven't we? Okay. Now this is also where I get a little squirrely. Geez, Angela, do you remember anything about when you've sewn before? Maybe not. Okay. Oh, gosh. This is just a bit... I hate when it's... Okay, first of all, let's square this up a little bit. Do you ever take a small project and turn it into a massive ordeal? That's how I feel. What I really wanted to do today was either work on the diamonds squared, or I wanted to work on the book cover. But then, honestly, I really lost my motivation to do either one. Do you ever do that? I don't know. I don't know why that happens. I don't know. But it does. What I'm trying to do right now is just make sure that I know what I'm doing before I actually put this thing on the machine. Because I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to do it over. Okay, I think that's right. I should clip it, huh? Clip it? Yeah. Okay. I should clip it. See, that makes sense. Okay. Just clip it. I get impatient. Jeez, have you ever met somebody so impatient sometimes, like a child? Okay. Clip it right there. All right, now, next corner. So you're going to sew all the way down, and then we're just going to turn it up. Okay. I hope this all sews this same way. You know. Yeah, it's not going to be totally straight on that corner there, but it's okay. It'll be really close. So, I had an interesting week. It was a little bit busy. It was a little bit one of those weeks where there was kind of a lot of stuff to deal with. I'm still trying to unpack in my brain all of the stuff and make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Because I don't know if that's you. I don't know if you've ever done that. That's what I do. Is I get going and I'm dealing with stuff that's kind of stressful or stuff that I have to get dealt with or, you know, whatever. And then, somebody will call me and say, hey, can you do this on Tuesday? And I'll be like, absolutely, totally fine. No problem. Listen, I gotta go. And then I forget that I've committed myself to something. So I'm a writer-downer person. I have to write it down. I have to write it down. I've always been that way. When they invented the phrase when they did the study that said that if you write something down, you're 25% more likely to remember it. See, this last little one is getting a little bit... See, it's not... I got it all pinned. I mean, all clipped. I didn't just start sewing. I didn't just lay it down and start sewing. Okay. I think we're going to start right here. Oh, I also saw this woman who did this thing that I really liked, and I'm probably going to try it. When she's doing her, when she's, thread break, when she, okay, you're not ever supposed to pull the thread back through, but I couldn't find it. It broke off and I didn't have any way to pull it through the bottom. Okay. She uses the tiniest hint. Now she uses Elmer's glue. I don't know that I'm adventurous enough with my machine to use Elmer's glue, just because of that potential for some gummy. Although she said she had no gumminess in her machine, in her needles. But, you know, they make fabric, they make, you know, quilter's glue. They make fabric glue that you could use that won't gum up your needles. So maybe that's something I'm going to look for at the quilt show. And then she basically glues this other side down. It allows her to keep all the flap and everything laid down, get it all squared away before she starts sewing. And then it also allows her to sew unbelievably close to the edge. So I think I'm going to put you there. Put the foot down. Put the foot down. See, that's where I always get, I'm going to have now a line that's going to be way out, and I don't want it that way. And the only other way to do that, to avoid that, is to do it by hand. And I have tried that. I think I got an inch sewn by hand. I don't hand sew well. I'm going to try something. Don't come for me. You're not going to believe that I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it. Only because I care more about it, not having a weird line on the front than I do about a weird line or a little flap on the back. So I'm going to sew the binding on from the front. I know. Some of you are like, this lady shouldn't be on YouTube. But alas, I am here with my channel. So we're going to try it. You ready? Close your eyes. If you can't bear to watch this, if you've done lots and lots of quilting, lots and lots of sewing, and you really just cannot bear this, it's all right. I understand. But I'm still going to do it. I'm kind of stitching in the ditch. My clip almost got caught. Okay. Now, the part that's going to be a little bit interesting is the corner. Just do the same thing. Now we're going to come back down. What I really should be doing today is cleaning my sewing room. I'll tell you what, it's a disaster in here. This is basically how I want it to look, so that's what we're going to go with. And then the other thing that I have to do tonight, that I'm going to work on tonight, is ironing. Actual clothes, not quilts. When I haven't been working or reading, I've been you know, I have a family to take care of. I've been trying to get fabrics and things together and projects together for this new stuff that we're going to do that I'm going to announce hopefully next week. And the only problem is that the laundry has suffered a small bit. And now look, I don't let laundry pile up. I have a little bit of OCD when it comes to household chores and that kind of thing. I don't like clutter in my house. I don't like mess. I don't like dishes in the sink and, you know, piles of laundry. I just don't like that. It's not my jam. Anyway, focusing, Angela. The one thing that I do allow to kind of pile up a bit is the ironing. Man, I tell you what, blast it if you just can't get away from ironing, having to do the ironing. So, since it's raining today, it is a perfect day. Get the ironing done. I just figured out in this corner, why don't you just backstitch, Angela? Now, turn it. We're almost done. Do you have 2 minutes? Okay, we're almost done. I'm sure you all know the next holiday, quasi-holiday, is St. Patrick's Day. I will be showing you next week, maybe Wednesday, I'll pull out the little mug rug. It's not really a mug rug. It was supposed to be like a small project. Guess what? Bottom's out. But somebody had the foresight to spin an extra bobbin the last time I did them. If you know me, you'll know that that's not braggadocious, because I've never in my life remembered to spin a second bobbin. Like, while you're doing it, why don't you just spin another one? And my brain is like, because we want to sew. I don't want to sit here spinning bobbins. Meanwhile, in the time it took to have that conversation, you could have spun another bobbin. Okay, here we go. That was fast. Now, the question is, will I remember to just, while I'm sitting here, you know, do another one? Okay. I think it was right there. Okay. I think this thing turned out cute. Again, it's not the kind of thing, you're not going to take it to a, you know, a quilt show wearing a blue ribbon. You're not gonna sell it for, you know, $20. I probably wouldn't give it as a Christmas gift. It's not my favorite, but it came out really cute. Yeah, see, that's the problem. Okay, so friends, we have to figure this out. I gotta figure out this whole binding thing. I've got to figure it out. I've just got to. I just have got to figure it out, because I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal, but see, like the flap, see, so I have a big flap, okay, which I really wouldn't mind, except for the fact that the flap's not even, right? It's big over here. It's small over here. So now what do I do with this? I don't know. So if you ever come over to my house and you are in my bedroom and want to put something down on my nightstand, please don't flip this over and look at the wrong side. Okay, there it is. All done. bound front and back. It's going in my bedroom. This is a finished project. So I love you guys. Hang on to your shorts for this coming week because we're going to go to the American Quilt Society Quilt Show in Daytona Beach, and we'll do a bunch of stuff. We'll look at a bunch of vendors. We'll do a little bit of a live. Some of you have been asking about my Arrow sewing chair. Love it. Love it. It is fantastic. It is so comfortable. My back doesn't bother me as much when I'm sewing. And that little lumbar, you know, that lumbar right back there. Can you see it? I was scooting forward, so I was not. It's just very comfortable. Like, it makes your back feel relaxed. So shout out again to Arrow sewing chairs. Okay, so that's gonna wrap it up for today. Thanks for coming by. We're gonna do a book cover this coming week before we go to the quilt show. What else? I think that's it. But go get something to sew for 5 minutes. Go finish one small project. And you know what? If the back looks all flappy and fat flap like this, who cares? Show people the front. There you go. Huh? Look how cute that is. Adorable. Don't flip it over. Love you guys. Like, subscribe, share the channel, share the video if you liked it, if you enjoyed it. If you know somebody who'd like to come and sew with us for a little bit during the week. And don't forget, only a 1/4 inch seam. Have a great week. Bye, everybody.